News Live 10 at 10.
Downtown Community Partnership wants to join forces with a company called Block by Block to make downtown Fargo more attractive. It's a nationally recognized company specializing in downtown services, helping to improve the cleanliness and hospitality. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Mike has the night off. Valley News Team's Natalie Parsons tells us about the services as well as the jobs it would bring if it partners with Fargo.
People of all walks of life come to downtown Fargo, and if the Downtown Community Partnership gets the city's approval to team up with Block by Block, Broadway could soon get a hospitality upgrade and what is described as a more comfortable customer service atmosphere.
We would basically have people that would be uniform, be involved as far as marketing and giving directions to folks.
Block by Block will also provide an aspect of safety to the community with walking patrols and after-hour escorts, bringing jobs to the area with the goal of hiring locally.
Basically in recruiting, training, giving us good overall operational best practices.
The program needs a cleaning ambassador, safety ambassador, as well as an operations manager. The positions are on a seasonal cycle with the equivalent of full-time hours. And the $200,000+ necessary to fund these downtown Fargo services will not be coming from the general taxpayer's wallet.
This is an assessment that the downtown property owners agreed to. They said, yes, we want this assessment, and it was a 5-year assessment back when it was laid out. And we're down to just the last 2 years now.
City of Fargo says those downtown property owners have been paying in for this over the past 3 years. So that money will be taken and used for the Block by Block services.
We can pay for it in our existing budget, and so that's important.
Downtown Community Partnership sees this opportunity as a way to pave the way for a brighter future.
Having those extra services around, and it will also help us, I think, in growing our downtown.
In Fargo, Natalie Parsons, Valley News Live.
Fargo City Commissioners will vote on the subcontract with Block by Block on Monday at their commission meeting. Authorities have confirmed that a body found in Havana, North Dakota, is in fact that of Sherry Ann Glover. Glover was found in an area where a massive ground search was underway earlier today, about a mile away from her home. Volunteers were searching for Glover, who was last seen Wednesday morning in Havana. Police say Glover had a history of mental illness and was believed to be on foot. A cause of death hasn't been determined yet. 2 men are in custody, but police are still looking for 3 other inmates who escaped the Fort Totten Correctional Center. The spokeswoman for Indian Affairs with the Department of the Interior tells Valley News Live 5 inmates escaped the correctional facility on Thursday. 2 of them have been found. Multiple agencies are out searching for the 3 other inmates. No other details were available as to how they escaped. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Fort Totten Police Department at 766-4231. You can find more information on these inmates at valleynewslive.com. Fargo police are looking into how this pickup truck drove through 2 garages in Fargo. It happened at 1624 East Gateway Circle South in Fargo at these apartment garages around 5:30 this evening. It's unclear if there were any serious injuries. The recent string of gunshot reports has police and neighbors in Fargo and West Fargo concerned. Less than 24 hours apart, police have arrested 2 people in the shootings. Patrick Watson of West Fargo is charged with reckless endangerment for allegedly shooting at a man around 4 p.m. last Thursday in a North Fargo neighborhood. 18-year-old Nadine Khoury is charged with aggravated reckless endangerment in connection with shots being fired in West Fargo. 15 gunshots went off the night of the West Fargo shooting. Police don't believe the 2 shootings are connected, and they are still under investigation. West Fargo police say all the phone calls they received helped them catch the person responsible.
We don't have the complete story. There might be people out there that do. We'd certainly appreciate any calls on that or anybody that may have information.
In the West Fargo case, police have questioned the person who was in the other vehicle, but haven't charged them yet. They say a vehicle and a house were both hit by gunfire during that incident. We now know the name of the woman who was in custody in connection with the death of a 1-year-old girl. She has been identified as 42-year-old Janelle Red Dog, and today she confirmed to police that she did it. Investigators say Red Dog admitted to punching Kensley Olson 3 times, which led to the 1-year-old's death. She also confessed to putting the child in a duffel bag and placing the bag in a dumpster. No formal charges have been filed. Red Dog is being held without bond. 1-year-old Kensley Olsen's body was found in Poplar, Montana. That's where she disappeared, and it prompted an Amber Alert in North Dakota. The case is still under investigation. It's Friday, and time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say 44-year-old Craig Olsen is wanted for felony theft of property. You can call your local law enforcement if you have any information on Craig Olsen. Tonight, the investigation continues into the death of Prince, while thousands continue to gather outside of Paisley Park, the studio and estate where he was found inside an elevator yesterday morning. As fans around the world deal with their shock and sadness, for the first time today, investigators shared details about events the morning of his death. An autopsy was performed today. The medical examiner says results won't be available for several weeks. But we do now know when paramedics were called to Paisley Park yesterday, it was the second time in less than a week friends or colleagues found Prince unresponsive. The first coming after what was his final concert in Atlanta, when his private jet on the trip back to Minnesota made an emergency landing and he was rushed to an Illinois hospital.
The thing that really, bothers me about it is the Prince I know was like super healthy, vegan, wasn't an abuser of drugs, wasn't an abuser of alcohol. He lived right.
A tribute to that life splashed in his signature purple across the country, from bridges in his hometown of Minneapolis to buildings in San Francisco, Chicago, Los Angeles, Seattle, and Dallas. And people are currently petitioning for Terminal 1 at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport to be renamed after Prince. A petition has been set up on change.org to get Prince's name installed as the unofficial official title of the terminal. The terminal is still frequently referred to as the Lindbergh Terminal, after one-time Minnesota resident Charles Lindbergh. A big name in health insurance says Obamacare premiums will likely increase. That's according to a Morning Consultant article. In that article, Marilyn Taverner, who is a spokesperson for insurers, says she doesn't know what the exact changes will be because those can vary by state, but she predicts an overall price increase. Right now, companies are submitting their bids, which will be reviewed, and the article adds those bids will likely go down once a decision is made. One local family is raising money for an autism service dog for their daughter, Lucy. The family is running a donation rummage sale and prize drawing for Lucy tomorrow, April 23rd at Grace Lutheran School in Fargo. The family is raising money for a nonprofit that provides service dogs for many needs. They need to raise $25,000. Lucy was diagnosed with autism last December and Fragile X syndrome in January. You can follow her journey by going to valleynewslive.com and clicking on the Hot button. Sanford Safety Shop is celebrating its grand reopening by offering safety education and free car seat checks. The event started today and will continue tomorrow at 601 39th Street North in Fargo. Tomorrow, the event will be open from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. You're also asked to bring any old or outdated car seats to learn how they should be properly disposed of. Pre-registration is not required. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
Valley